Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And we are here in Aitana Safari Park.
Yeah, we're not going into the park today, but we are starting something very spectacular here today.
Yeah.
We're meeting up with an English couple called Tony and Chris, and they own a company called the Downhill Bike Ride. And basically what it is, it's a two-stage bike ride taking us downhill from the highest mountains in the region, the Aitana Mountains. It's 15 kilometers, then we stop for lunch, and then we do another 15 kilometers. Probably one of the easiest cycles that you and I will have ever done in our sporting career.
Pretty glad it's all downhill because it is quite warm, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. There's plenty of stops on it, so it's going to be good.
Gone are the days of our adventure racing when we had to climb up these hills on the bike, let alone freewheel down them.
Those days are gone. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, happy enough to have a tea break in the middle of it as well.
Always. 2 scoopies maybe?
Oh, 2 scoopies. We definitely have to get 2 scoopies.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much everything today is on the right hand side. Starting with, we'll be riding on the right hand side of the road for those from countries that don't. Yeah, and the other thing that's different is the back brakes on these bikes are on the right hand side also.
So after a safety brief from Tony, we set on our merry way. We turned left when we came out of the Aitana Safari Park. And where we go after this, God only knows. We have a group of about 10 people here at the moment, all of different abilities.
Love when the bike is doing all the work.
Yeah, this is definitely a slow pace, alright, that's for sure. But here, it's supposed to be a nice relaxing day out, so that's what we'll take. Not often we get these when we get on the bike. We're usually racing or something like that, trying to outdo each other. About a kilometre into the cycle now at this stage after turning left. We start the first part of the downhill, and I know it says a downhill bike ride, but I believe where we set off from the Aitana Safari Park is where we actually have lunch as well, so I'm presuming we cycle downhill this way, get a lift back in the vans up to the top of the hill to the Aitana Safari Park, have lunch there. You can take the woman out of triathlon, but you can't take the triathlon out of the woman.
With that one.
Oh God. If I tried to manoeuvre like that, I'd need a chiropractor to get me over. We're about 3 kilometres into the cycle at this stage now, and we're still going downhill, thank God.
Yeah.
How are you getting on so far?
I'm enjoying it so far. Great scenery.
We've just pulled in here at the side of the road just to do a bike check to make sure everybody's comfortable and have a drop of water as well. Nice little idea there to save the cups and stop ruining the countryside. Put your name on the side of a cup, put it back into the van and fill it up with water the next time you go in here.
Very clever.
Yeah, clever idea. Well done, guys. So after a 5-minute familiarisation stop, we set on our merry way again down to the next village where there's a water fountain down there, and I believe we'll be able to drink out of that once we get past, I believe, 4 hairpin bends. Oh, I would so love to be coming up this hill from the opposite side. 5% gradient for 2 kilometres. Practice your heavy breathing there, Cole. Yeah, second of the hairpin bends. Yeah, you're definitely on the brakes going around them, guys.
Wake up early in the morning, and when I come home at night, everything is covered in darkness, and the sun is out of sight. I guess I'm living in the dark age, yeah, because I sure can't see no light. Ever since you left, there's been nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. I try to make this world a little brighter. The flame was put to rest. Now everything is covered.
Are you more
So after
relaxed
stopping
now?
at the last village,
Yeah.
we then packed up the
Enjoying
bikes,
it now,
made our
yeah?
way up to the top of this hill, which is 1,025 metres, which is the highest point of the whole course. The next cycle, I think, now brings us right back down towards the safari park and in for a bit of lunch.
Right, we're going to head down to the village of Alcaleka. The road's like this all the way down. It's a lot better than the last one. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of less downhill to get to the car park where we're going to load the trailer.
On the road again.
Back on the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Oh, 7% going down for 2.5 kilometres to the next village, which is 5 kilometres away. Wouldn't it be great to cycle back the way? Cycle up that 7%.
No, this is a downhill day. This is a relaxy day.
Just to let all you wonderful viewers know that that's the breeze blowing in her face, not Aitana's heavy breathing from lack of fitness. Or mine for that matter. Far from lack of fitness that we have at the moment, that's for sure. Training every day. Incidentally, that last stop there was a military base right up, another 500 metres up the trail. I believe it's a disused military base now at this stage, with a weather station up there as well. And there's talks about it being sold on and opened up to the public. So at the moment the bike ride consists of 2 vehicles. The one in front, as you see at the moment, is driven by Tony, who is the owner of the business, and his helper Jan is taken up the back like a kind of a sweeper vehicle with spare bikes and the bike trailer, of course. And of course, if anybody gets a little bit tired or a little bit nervous or whatever, they can sit back into any one of the vehicles. And we started off with 10 cyclists, and we still have 10 cyclists. And the bike of choice is the old reliable mountain bike.
This is a great way, even if you did have a disability or if you weren't very fit, because it's all downhill. I don't think I've really pedalled since this has started, so
No,
and pick you up and drop you off. So.
Yeah. And if you were pedaling at any stage, it was only to keep your legs going rather than pushing the bike along. Of course, if you're wondering about the cost, guys, it's €38 per person as well. That doesn't include your lunch, but when we stop for lunch, it can be anything you want yourself, between 7 and 11 or 13 euros, something like that. It really depends on what you want to. Of course, you're more than welcome to bring your own packed lunch as well. And they supply the water as you go along as well.
It's a great idea, because if you're in your car, you wouldn't get to see as much as we're getting to see here.
No.
Plus with the wind and the sun, you really get the feeling for the outdoor feeling of this.
Yeah, Tony, the owner of the company there, was telling us as well that he's ex-military, British Army, infantry version, part of the infantry for years, and is living out here in Spain for the last 9 years.
You feel very safe on this. You would imagine going so far downhill that it would feel a little bit faster down. It's not. It's nice and relaxed, comfortable. Bikes are quite good as well, aren't they?
Totally different going back the opposite way, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. We're not talking about that today. Today's downhill. I told you, downhill, downhill. Oh, no uphill.
Now entering the village of Alcaleka,
What wrong with it?
and apparently this is the only uphill part of the day that we have to cycle. And it's for 50 metres or so.
And it's a killer.
That was the gears grinding now, guys, not my knees, I promise.
Follow that road down as a car park at the end.
Perfect.
You can't get lost.
These hills are a killer.
So after 2 bike rides, we're now at the halfway point. What happens now is that we load the bikes back up onto the trailer at the back of the van and then head right back up to the safari park, have a bit of lunch for about an hour, and then do the last segment, which I think is about 15 kilometres downhill from there, heading back down towards Benidorm. Nice and easy so far.
Yeah, it's great. I'm starving now.
Yeah, hungry, thirsty, starting to get hangry now at this stage, but I think we'll survive. We could do with 2 scoopies big time, couldn't we? Yeah. But these are the views that you see here. Looking back across those mountains there. The cyclists just coming in there as well, the last couple of riders, and the van's in behind. So we've now set off on the final journey of the downhill cycle. And this part is a 15k cycle, although it does have a couple of stops on the way at certain viewpoints. And we've seen there as well on the B-roll, we've just seen one of the tigers in the safari park as well. But once again, it's all downhill the way.
My heart is put to the test. I guess I'm living in the dark age. Hey, now you're saying you have to go, just like the lightning from a clear sky.
That's the joys of flying the drone. I'm now about 7 or 8 minutes behind the group, but I'm sure to be stopping at another viewpoint a kilometre or two up the road, or down the road even. Hitting speeds at the moment of 45 kilometres an hour. Ah, it's a good feeling. Brings me back to the racing days of adventure racing. Coming down the hill doing 80 kilometres an hour. Squeaky bum time. Hands poised on the brakes to hopefully take you out of any trouble that may be in your path. What I would do for 2 scoopies at this stage, absolutely murder them. And I'm not talking the ice cream type either. So this is the last stop now before we make our final move down towards Benidorm. And we've just passed through the small town of Sella, which means that we've about 11 or 12 kilometres left to go.
Ever since you left, there's nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. Now I'm sitting all by myself, trying to see the light in the dark, but everything is covered in sadness, just like a fire without a spark. I guess I'm living in the dark age, because I sure can't see no light. Ever since you left, there's been nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. Ever since you left, there's nothing but a cloudy sky, there's no day, there's only night.
Well, guys, just like that, that's kilometres done and dusted.
Oh, downhill. How fabulous was that?
Absolutely brilliant.
Something that we are not used to at all is just doing something as nice and easy and relaxing as that was.
Yeah, no hardship whatsoever. The guys looking after you constantly, you know, every kilometre, a few kilometres water and making sure everybody's okay. And it's just so relaxing. Brilliant.
Yeah, so thanks very much to Tony and Jan for looking after us today from Downhill Bike Ride. If you're up around the Benidorm area, guys, or anywhere near it at all, it's only an hour drive from Torrevieja as well. Yeah. Don't be afraid to look them up and give them a shout. It's €38 per person, and that gets you your lift up the mountains and your lift down the mountains and your bike rides and stuff like that as well, and then water en route as well. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the scenery out here, oh my God. You just get to see everything. Pucapana there in the rear. You know, just the beautiful hills, peace and quiet, little villages that we got to go through, seeing some of the locals, and absolutely brilliant. So yeah, as usual, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so then you know when we're after releasing a new video.
It's free to subscribe.
Yes, it is.
Just because you see the word subscribe doesn't mean you have to pay. No, just subscribe, that's all. We will look after you then after that. Until the next time, see you out and about.